Eastern Catholic churches, renowned for their rich traditions and unique liturgical practices, are integral to the global Catholic communion. In a recent exclusive interview, Andreas Thonhauser, EWTN's Vatican bureau chief, engaged with Cardinal Claudio Gugerotti, the Prefect of the Dicastery for the Eastern Churches, who provided an overview of the challenges and values of Christians in the Middle East.
There's a lot of change happening. It has happened over the last years in the Middle East, especially also in the Holy Land, as we sadly know, even the latest developments in countries like Syria. What do Christians need there?
They need everything, and we cannot give anything. Because as long as this war goes on, also volunteers, they cannot go there. Who is entering when the bombs are falling during the whole day and you don't know where? All these foreign powers are so strictly mingled with the internal life that it is extremely difficult to have the perception of a possible common behavior.
It seems very clear that Pope Francis is also very interested in the situation there, in his constant calls for peace.
Yes, my dear, because there is no alternative. What is very clear is that the alternative is between a peace, maybe not a perfect peace, maybe not a just peace 100%, or having our boys in the army in 1 year or even less.
You mean also for Europe? This is not
yes,
something
absolutely.
to just look away?
Absolutely. Look what's happening in Eastern Europe, being within the Union. You know, what we considered a union to be taken for granted because we had money in common is not to be taken for granted because money is not the only problem.
What is the lesson here?
My impression is that we are too superficial. Because we have had good years of prosperity, of financial, more or less, good situation. But this is not all. The rest of the world is not. And who said that we live on an island, preserved, and we can drink scotch while there are crocodiles around?
What other things can we learn from the Eastern churches on a global level?
Great fidelity to prayer and to a good Christian life. The people of God is wonderful. Wherever they go, they are a model, an example for everybody. Christianity is something that was not obnoxious to society to create more violence. Of course, we had our internal violence with the Inquisition and other things. But generally, it's not bad for a society because we take care as Christians. But we take care also of those who are not Christians, which is very specific, very peculiar.
The Jubilee.
Yes.
What does it mean and how will it influence and impact the Eastern churches?
For the Orientals, it will be a very good occasion to perceive that somewhere else they have a different system, they have different traditions, and see if this thing is so alien to their own tradition or it cannot be incorporated into their own tradition.
So there's a lot the West can learn from the East, but also vice versa.
Yes, as long as the West does not want to impose something on the East, because that is destroying the whole atmosphere of communion.
Thank you very much.
Great pleasure.